Once upon a time, in a sunny town with colorful houses and a big green park, there lived two very different cats. In the tallest, shiniest house on Catnip Hill lived Whiskers, the rich cat. Whiskers had everything a cat could dream of. He slept on a velvet pillow in a room filled with sparkling toys. Every morning, a kind butler brought him fresh salmon, creamy milk, and tuna treats shaped like little fish. He had a golden bell around his neck that tinkled when he walked. Whiskers never had to hunt or worry. But sometimes, when he looked out his big window at the birds flying free, he felt a little lonely. Down in the old alley behind the bakery lived Mittens the poor cat. Mittens didn't have a fancy house. He slept in a cozy cardboard box lined with soft old blankets that friendly shopkeepers gave him. He found his food by cleverly catching mice or eating scraps the baker left out. His fur was a bit messy, but his eyes sparkled with kindness. Mittens had many friends, birds, squirrels, and street dogs, who played with him every evening. He knew all the best hiding spots in town and the warmest sunny spots to nap. Even though he didn't have toys, Mittens was happy because he had freedom and friends. One bright spring morning, Whiskers' butler left the garden gate open by mistake. Whiskers, curious about the world outside his golden walls, slipped out for an adventure. He wandered through the streets, his golden bell ringing with every step. Soon he reached the alley. There he saw Mittens chasing a bright red ball that had rolled away from some children. "Meow, that looks fun," Whiskers said, watching with wide eyes. Mittens stopped and tilted his head. "Hello, I'm Mittens. Who are you? Your bell is so shiny." "I'm Whiskers. I live in the big house on the hill. I have tons of balls like that, but I've never chased one outside before." Mittens smiled. "Want to play together? I'll show you the best chasing spots." The two cats became fast friends. Mittens taught Whiskers how to climb trees, jump over puddles, and listen to the birds singing real songs, not just from a toy. Whiskers was amazed. "I never knew the world was this big and exciting," he purred. In return, Whiskers invited Mittens to his house. Mittens' eyes grew huge when he saw the giant cat tree. The basket full of feathery toys, and the bowl overflowing with food. "Wow, you really are rich, Whiskers," Mittens said softly. That evening, they shared stories. Whiskers told Mittens about fancy parties where cats wore tiny bow ties. Mittens told Whiskers about the time he helped a lost baby bird find its mother and how good it felt to help someone. But then, something sad happened. A big storm came to town. Rain poured down, and strong winds blew. Cardboard box home got wet and started to fall apart. He shivered under a leaky roof. Whiskers saw his friend from his warm window and felt very worried. "I have to help Mittens," he meowed. Even though the rain was scary, Whiskers ran outside, his golden bell ringing bravely through the storm. He found Mittens hiding under a bench. "Come with me, Mittens. My house is big enough for both of us." Mittens hesitated. "But I'm just a poor alley cat. Your fancy friends might laugh at my messy fur." Whiskers shook his wet head. "True friends don't care about fancy things. They care about who you are inside. You taught me how to have real fun. Now let me share what I have." So Mittens came to the big house. The butler brought extra blankets and warm milk. Whiskers gave Mittens his second best velvet pillow. Together they watched the rain from the safe window, telling jokes and purring happily. The next day, the sun came out. Whiskers and Mittens worked together to build Mittens a stronger, nicer home in the garden, a little wooden house with a soft bed and a door that could close when it rained. Whiskers even used some of his toys to decorate it. Other animals came to visit. The rich cat and the poor cat showed everyone that when you share and help each other, everyone becomes